Alrighty, hello people of the internet, of YouTube. It is I, Solar Actor, here, ready for another episode of Fate Grand Order, part of Fate Grand Order. I'm not really sure what I call these, or what I'm going to call it, if it's part or episode. Regardless, if you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure to drop this a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more of what I can do, and tune in tomorrow if you just want to see more of the Lostbelt story for Avalon the Fae. Or you can go to the playlist, and I'm pretty sure I have all of the Lostbelt stories on there, section by section. But without further ado, we have section 12, Norwich, the second part here. Actually, there's a little further ado. Let's see those. Yep. But, yeah, 5 arrows, so this should be a quicker section, and I will definitely get this done. So, let's go on. No battle on this garrison point. It's probably just the strategy meeting. I was born on a human ranch and raised in Salisbury, along with a number of other children. They probably needed more humans to fight against the Moors. They treated us all very well. They didn't just provide us with food, clothing, and shelter, they also built a school for us to attend. Nope. Talked a bit too much. I remember how much this surprised me, since I'd always heard that any humans who leave the ranch would never be free. But that's why I never had any animosity towards fairies. It's thanks to them that I grew up big and strong and eventually got this spear. However, I still know very little about the fairy who took me in. That's probably because they raised a lot of human children, not just me. Around the time I became a full-fledged soldier, I heard that the fairy who had taken us in from the ranch passed away. Shortly afterward, the rearing house where our school was shut down, and I put Salisbury behind me. After that, I dedicated myself to combat training until I took on an escort job in a small forest village. I was told I should enter the next joust in Camelot, and even got a letter of recommendation.
I heard about that. That was the Robin Redbreast tournament that was they held 5 years ago. So you're the human knight who made it all the way to the finals. That's amazing.
Yes, I was quite lucky to make it to the end, though I had a very poor showing in the finals. Still, I'm glad I was able to speak with Queen Morgan directly. It gave me the resolve I need to make up my mind. Talking to her made it clear that she sees humans and fairies both as no more than tools. She's perfectly satisfied with the current state of Britain, and has no intention of changing it. Once I saw that for myself, I ultimately decided to make an organization that would help the Child of Prophecy once she appeared.
Huh? No kidding? So this whole rebel army thing was originally your idea. Was it Oberon who came up with the idea of making it into the Round Table Army then?
Yes, it was. My Carmans and I were protecting a merchant caravan from Moors attacks one day, when Lord Oberon came up to me and said, "You'll never get anywhere like that, Percival. If you keep this up, your white light will rust." From then on, he began managing us himself, and before I knew it, our rebel army had become the Round Table Army. Oberon is a smooth talker. Gotcha, so what's this white light of yours anyway? You're only human, so if you're defeating fairies with it, it must be a pretty impressive technique. No, it's not a technique. White light is my spear here. It's the Spear of Selection, one of Aesic's weapons. The fairy who took me in gave it to me. Oh. Merlin? Apparently it's a holy spear that only responds to one without sin, and no fairy can use it. So it's like the Staff of Selection.
I'm not sure, but I think they're at least a little different. I mean, one's spear and one's staff. I do sense something similar about them, but the spear feels, well, empty. I can tell it's an amazing weapon, but it also seems like it's not chosen anymore.
I'd agree with that. I sense the same thing whenever I hold it. It feels like a piercing wave of regret and profound grief over a past failure. The spear's inner lamentations well up every time I swing it and leave behind a trail of magical light like tears. That's why it came to be known as the White Light. The spear is no longer meant for saving fairies. Now it only exists to kill them. That's not how it was originally supposed to be used, but that also means it's the only weapon out there to stand up to the Tamlin. And if it is true that only one without sin can wield it, I expect there will become a time when I won't be able to wield it.
That's not true, Percival. You're a wonderful person. You protect the weak, and you never act out of self-interest. You're the ideal knight. You could never be seen as a sinner. If I tried to use that spear, I'd be rejected before I could even touch it for the sin of being too weak.
Don't be silly, Gareth. You know there is no such sin.
Dawn is approaching, Percival. It was a difficult march, but we made it through in time. Shall I deploy the troops once you cross the next hill?
Please do. I am putting Landon in charge of the company while I'm gone. I'd like you and him to remain on standby for 1 hour. The Child Prophecy and I will go ahead and make our way into Norwich using the route through the sewage system the Count opened for us. Once we're inside Norwich, we'll rendezvous with the anti-Spriggan faction. After that, we'll start a riot in the city and take advantage of the confusion to open the main gate from inside. Once it's open, I want your troops to neutralize the Queen's soldiers on the ramparts. In the meantime, we'll take Landon's troops and split up to take the Queen's soldiers occupying Norwich. Once the enemy forces have been neutralized, we'll surround the Vault Castle.
Understood. Please be careful out there, Commander.
That goes for you too, Aurelia. I'm sorry I ask so much of you again.
That's okay. I'm used to it. Child of Prophecy, please look after Percival.
There you have it. From here on, we'll be on our own. Our goal is to infiltrate Norwich while it's still dark and create a distraction. Please, make sure you're thoroughly prepared, Soul. This is probably going to be a long battle. Alright. Formation restricted. Form the party immediately before the battle begins. Hey, you're right on time, Soul. Hey, you're here, Pepe. Well, of course, son. I invited you, didn't I? I'll go wherever I have to, be it sewers or the morgue. Now let's see who else we've got here. Miss Da Vinci, Muramasi, Garethy, Habitrot, and... Oh my, what do we have here? An enemy. An enemy? Where? Save me, Percy, save me. Percy?
Please, cut it out, Pepe, or I'll tell him your real name.
Okay, you're right, I'm sorry. I just got a little excited since I've never seen anyone like him before. Welcome to Norwich's sewer system. I take it you're Percival of the Round Table Army. I'm Count Pepperona, but please, call me Count. Oh, so you're the Count. My apologies. I thought you were a night call at first. It's a pleasure to meet you, Count. Yes, I'm Percival of the Round Table Army. Thank you for telling us about this crisis in Norwich. Not at all, hon. If anything, I should be thanking you guys for landing this bloody parts for me. I just noticed that one of you is missing. What happened to him, Soul?
Redra?
That's it, the peppy one.
Red Rabbit stayed behind in Londinium. He said he wasn't going to come out long if he couldn't pull a carriage.
No, I see. That was smart of him. Aurora must have taught him well. Okay then, let me show you the way. Once we reach the surface, I'm going to have you all split up into 2 teams. Team B will draw the Green soldiers away from the main road, and Team C will unlock the main gate from inside. Oratoria, Muramasa, you 2 will be part of Team B. Percival, Garethy, Habitrot, you 3 will be Team C. Soul, I want you and Da Vinci to support both teams. We're seriously outnumbered here, so you'll need to hustle to ensure both teams have as much servant power as they need. You can handle that, right? This is hardly your first rodeo after all.
Yeah, where's Team A in that line up there, eh?
You're right, we'll have to remedy that someday. Once you're a real master in the true sense of the word, you, me, and Kata can all be Team A together. I can't wait.
I am a real master, though, Pepe. That's right, we do have Kata. We saved him, didn't we? So Pepe wants to join us. The 3 of us. I don't really care for Katak, but I do like Pepe. Pepe is a cool dude. I'm cool with being Team A with him. Too bad we have you, Senpai, as well at Chaldea, you know? Sadly, we don't have Ophelia or, Wodame.
Understood, shall we? Oh yes, it's time. Spriggan has finally got what's coming to him. Lord Spriggan, the Round Table Army has begun attacking the main gate. You don't say. The Round Table Army isn't like the other rebels. They are in fact a proper army. They would never launch a frontal assault on our gate with only 300 soldiers, which must mean... Lord Spriggan, the Queen's soldiers are reporting that Norvitians have begun armed uprising throughout the city. They say they're rising up against the Queen's unjust rule, and there have been reports of a Child of Prophecy there among them. Yes, sir. She has the townspeople so inspired the Queen's soldiers are having a hard time fighting them off. Now that's more like it. Lord Spriggan, please stay with us, sir. The aging of our soldiers, or... Don't worry, I'm perfectly calm. Tell our soldiers this. Defend your post until the Queen's army has been neutralized, after which you are either to surrender or retreat to the Vault Castle. Fix all your efforts on defense and avoid harming civilians wherever possible. Got that? Remember, only the Queen's soldiers should be fighting the Child of Prophecy. Tell our soldiers that their only concern should be defending Norwich. Well, tell the guard station at the bell tower to stand down. I'll go greet our guests myself. Sir, yes, sir! Alright, Soul of Chaldea, let's see what you can do. I hope you've got what it takes, because everything is riding on your shoulders. If the Child of Prophecy really does have a shot at being victory, she might not be such a bad investment. Besides, I was getting up with pulling the wool over the damn fairy's eyes. Pulling the wool over these damn fairy's eyes. Ooh, interesting. Alright, so you've got Da Vinci. And this is the squad we're going with. It's gonna be a bit rough at points, so I'm gonna throw in my support here with you and Gareth. Gareth. And we'll give them both the sumo power. But this will still be our primary front lines. Archer is going to be a pain as a saber. More so the saber than anything.
戦闘会？期待に応えられるといいな。
Excuse me. But these guys are fairly lightweight at the very least. Focus that archer down first.
いくよ。
Go for the
もちろん。
BAQ.
もちろん。先生の杖。
And another easy one. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop though because this is all
もちろん
too
負
easy
け
so
ないぞ。
far.
いくよ。ここでまっすぐ。
Focus down this saber.
任せて。
And Da Vinci chain.
せーの。いくよ。せー
Oh,
の。
maybe.
狙いを定めて。
Oh, good job, Da Vinci. And then focus down the saber.
もち
BAQ.
ろん。ふむふむ。芸術とは輝くものさ。 任せて。ないぞ。芸術と
It's
は
unfortunate that I'm not going to use Muramasa effectively for these guys, but it is what it is. Who's got the higher attack? 10, 3, 1, 4. Da Vinci does, so we go like
負けないぞ。やっ。いくよ。せーの。
Da Vinci chain.
まあ、オッケー。せーの。いくよ。浮上中。気をつけたまえ。狙いを定めて。発射。
Yeah, this definitely seems like the time to use Da Vinci's
キラキラしてる。
as well as Castoria getting off her
楽しかったと思う。
MP here. So we'll go to
発進準備完了だ。早く早く。それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカイバーン。 駆け抜けるは前人未到。未完の馬よ、輝ける轍を残せ。人生は も楽しい
Yeah.
ビューティフルジャーニー
Very good. And the final wave is, of course, a single target enemy! Red Dane of the Night. Okay. But luckily, we have a Muramasa on our side. So, I'm gonna hold off on using Karmic Eye.
白兵戦
Just in case he gets a random invincibility here
櫛灘姫を神に先に行く
from the break.
神髄解明完成理念収束鍛造技法臨界これが俺のつむかり村正だ
Ooh, damage cutting. I didn't take a look at that stuff. He's getting defensive damage each hit, but it looks like it only lasts for the turn, or until 3. My defense will not be brought down by low by the likes of this. So what does that skill exactly do? Knight of the Fortress, apply defense and damage cut for yourself when attacked, and increase defense and apply damage cut for yourself when attacked. Okay, this is fine. Muramasa
妖精が何だってんだ
about to go smash him.
やることは変わらねえよ
Apply defense ignorance. Yeah, I think Muramasa's got this. He is essentially a nuclear weapon at this point.
神髄解明完成理念収束鍛造技法臨界これが俺のつむかり村正だ
Well done. Well done.
鐘の音が聞こえる
And only one more master mission left. Woo! Alright, keep going. So next is the other squad that we're gonna assist. We'll have 2 Lancers. Alright, we can take care of most of them. We can handle the rest. Go on to the main gate, Soul. Percival needs your help, not us. Please watch Gareth's back too, Soul. She has a bad habit of being reckless. Be careful, you two. Okay. So... this is going to... actually, that's not going to be that bad. Archer or Berserker... the only issue is I don't really have a support. I could throw Proto in the backline, though, just to have an emergency support. Yeah, we'll do that. Emergency support from my Proto. Other than that, we're just the commander here.
僕の仕事は復職なんだけど
And still no Percival NP as well, which does increase the difficulty of things a fair bit.
やるぜ
Do-do-do.
お任せください
その辺だなあっちだな
But, despite not having an NP, he's macking like a tank. And what are these? Are High Queen soldiers, just Fang clans. Ooh, I wonder if Faerie Knight Gawain is going to be here. That'll be an interesting confrontation. Okay, you should not have had that multiple attacks there. Thank you. Dude. I need a Habitat NP soon-ish. Offers. This is going to be a little bit better.
急な仕事は任せて
Okay. Although these are a lot higher health as
腕
well,
の
I'm
見せ所っ
noticing.
てやつ
Save Habitat's NP. Focus down.
狙うとし
Probably are going to want to throw Garrett's target up here soon as well.
やべ
We kind of want a Brave Chain focusing on Garrett, though.
結構器用なので結構頑丈なので
お任せください
Before I throw up Avalon. Okay, this will do then. So we'll go Doot.
よっこいしょっと。
Doot Doot.
急げや急げ。明日が納期だ。ブライダルスピンホイール。まっすぐまっすぐ。
The charge preparation is unfortunate because Gareth is a Buster MP'er. Debuff immune, I should have used that. Oh well. So now we can go Doot
いいですとも
Doot Doot Doot.
狙うぞ。狙うまっす
Stars for the next turn. For whatever this is, it's going to be a general, I imagine. It is Blue Perches the Knight. And of course, there are cats. Ice Attack and Judgment. Ooh. That's not good.
ぐ。いいとも。いい感じ。
Yeah, that's not good at all. Aspen Sabotage is the only one that's going to do effective damage. She's not all too strong. I mean, at least she's not debuffed. But HP loss every turn. And did that just clear buffs? I feel like that just cleared out all of my buffs as well. Okay, definitely do a Gareth entry chain. It's not gonna be as effective, but I cannot deny a Buster Braid chain.
参ります。
Good damage there, Gareth. Very good. Buster Braid chain well. Ow. The crit. The crit hurts. And he gained down. Okay. Do that. That.
これならなんとかなりそうです
And
逆
that.
導きを
And then do A, B,
はい
A,
いいですとも
B.
お任せください先行
He's gonna cover his boss.
ケンタリー
Attack down. That should work. And he's ready to defense down now as well. Oh boy. Okay. Percival does not have the invincibility anymore. Heal and debuff immune. Gareth does not have the guts, but I think he needs to make the sack play. We will do this way though, so she has a little bit better odds of survival.
急げや急げ。明日が納期だ。ブライダルスピンホイール。これ使う。
Yeah, survive for one attack. Rip Gareth. Frodo's here now, though. Will he make a difference is the question. Do
や
that.
ってみるぞ
Stars. And then we want to go... Do,
はい
do.
了解先行
Want to try and get an entry off here. There goes Percy. But we
should be
多
fine.
少加減はすべきか
いいよ
な君の言葉通りに
そこ
キャー
Yeah, we've got this. Battle is done and set. And Habitat
いい
can
よ
finish.
キュッキュッキュッいっちゃうぜ雑に僕の花嫁に手を出すからほらみんな服ボロボロになってる仕方ないなほら見せて見せて
I wish I could understand what was being said by Habitat there. Alright. Saber fights, so possibly Gawain. I have a report from Captain Landon, sir. They've taken full control of the South District. Report from Captain Auralia as well. The Queen's soldiers near the main gate have retreated after losing 20% of their forces. Great work. Now go do the same for the North District. We're going to head to the Vault Castle. Take anyone who surrenders into custody and have Auralia's squad look after them. Sir, yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah, this is a lot harder than I thought it'd be.
Gareth, Habitat, you two stay here. Muramasa, Artoria, Da Vinci, Sol. The 5 of us will infiltrate the Vault Castle. I trust you're okay with that.
Okay, just try and stop me. Been wanting to smack the smugs out of Spring for a while now.
Nearly there, everybody. Nearly there. My, still so fiery, I see. No, I'm glad I went to all the trouble of securing that route in for you. None of the Queen's soldiers are stationed in the Vault Castle. Once you get past Spriggan's guards, then... Wait a sec, the front door is open. I'm not sensing any soldiers in there either. Looks like the path to the bell tower is all clear.
It's a trap.
Probably, yes, but not for us. This trap is only for Artoria, the Child of Prophecy, and Queen Morgan. Spriggan really is a sly old fox, isn't he? He's just handing the bell tower over to us. Makes sense, though. He gains nothing by trying to protect it at this point. He must be trying to surrender without defying the Queen. He wants to be able to deny any involvement in ringing the bell.
Well, this is a surprise. I thought we'd never be able to take control of Norwich without ringing the bell. But if Spriggan has pulled his soldiers back, he must not have any intention of fighting. That means our battle to occupy Norwich is over. We no longer have to ring the bell to win. That said,
whether we go ring it now or not, it's up to the Child of Prophecy. If she does, it'll be a declaration of war. There'll be no going back. I had to play into Spriggan's hands, but I doubt we'll get another opportunity like this.
let's go. Bell or no bell, Spriggan is still inside. Between him and just letting the calamity happen and the stunt he's trying to pull right now, I can't just let him go. I want to know exactly what the head of the Earth Clan was thinking when he made those decisions. Huh? We didn't run into a single soldier on the way up here, let alone Spriggan himself.
I've got a hell of a bad feeling about this. Chills, even. Be careful, there's something here.
Capless. Where are you, Capless? I smell paradise. I hear Avalon. I see. So you finally come.
There, magical energy is collecting on the ceiling. This destiny. It's a night call.
The one who saves us shall be Britain's undoing. Ah, curse my dead body. I will gladly give my soul for the Earth Clan in exchange for your abominable body.
Okay.
Da Vinci and this squad. Actually, no, Gareth is staying behind with Habitat, so this will be the squad we have going in. Castoria, Muramasa, and Da Vinci against whatever the hell this is. It's not Gawain.
Brickbar is a Spriggan!
戦闘かい期待に応えられる
Guard
と
the
いいな
treasure vault. Deal ever since immediately charge loss and apply damage cut to yourself at the end of each turn. Damage cut is a 1-for-1 thing. Alright. This is not going to be an easy battle. I could have come in with Squirtoria, I guess, but again, this is a very serious fight, so I kind of want to stay in serious mode.
黄金率にも種類が
So...
オッケーぞえい
Art's going here.
いくよ
There's that damage cut.
Okay. Do that,
Easy.
that,
発進準備
that.
オッケー
See how much damage difference does with
駆け抜けるは前人未到未完の馬よ輝ける轍を残せ人生がとても楽しいビューティフルジョーニーせーの
King of Forging, remaining flame. So an attack boost, but a crit rate down, which is big for Spriggan. So let's go.
Oh, easy.
I know Brave Chain would probably be better, but I think I've got to rely on my MP to do most of my heavy lifting here. Oh, great. And there goes Castoria. It's getting charged, that's what the attack thing is. It's not an attack boost. Fuck. Withdraw. Okay, guess I've gotta pull out the silly with Squirtoria here. Also, I've gotta tap into my apples. Alright, so we will go with Da Vinci. And where is Archer? Archer, there she be. We'll throw her there instead of Muramasa. We'll give her that. We'll give Muramasa the other one. And actually, let's go K-Scope. No holding back. Full force ahead.
水上ポリス参上です
Okay. We got a Brave Chain right off the bat as well. Excellent.
裏打ちはしませんホールドアップ
And then we'll do that.
とても楽しかったとも
So I need to attack with the quick card first here, it seems.
遠慮はしませんとも
Let's break through that
ね
damage. And then we MP. And blast.
スイミングの時間です勝利よ
Pretty good, but especially for a not empowered attack. We will, however,
白兵戦行きます
and then
え
go a little something like
ビッグウェイやります任せて
should have done the 80% Da Vinci, but I slacked that a little bit.
スイミングの時間です勝利よせーの
Oh, I thought it was so quick. Oh, so it lost its one buff, the damage cuts, but it's just gonna go down because we have a Squirtoria Brave Chain. Nice. We'll lead with the Buster into
遠
this.
慮はしませんとも
This should begin set match. This is what happens when I unleash my full strength.
スイミング華麗あまりにも華麗飛ばしらと散れエクスカリバービビアーンえっエクスありがとうございます
Very
皆
good.
さんのおかげです
That's what it comes down to. We will resort to our shock troop, which is Squirtoria. Hilariously. It's gone. That Nightcall must have been here for a very long time. Didn't exactly go peacefully, though. Hope you're at least resting now, old one. Anyway, that seems to take care of the last obstacle in our path. All that's left to do now is to ring the bell. Well done indeed. I must thank you for finally ridding the bell tower of that ghost that's been haunting it for the last century. Now that is what I call a swift resolution. It was the finest thing I've seen since I first set foot in Faerie Britain. Once again, your power leaves me at a loss for words. First set foot in Faerie Britain. He's not from here, is he? He's an outsider. So he's from proper human history. I'm very interested to see why the hell he's working with Faerie Britain then. Makes sense why he knows so much about commerce too if he's from proper human history. Spriggan. Oh, why are you glaring at me like that? The battle's over. Your Round Table army has defeated the Queen's soldiers. Norwich is now free of the Queen's oppressive regime, and it's all thanks to you. I, Norwich's own lord, couldn't be happier about this turn of events. What do you say? Shall we toast to your victory? But where are my manners? Apologies for my lack of consideration. If you wish to leave, by all means, go right ahead. My soldiers will gladly clear the way for you. We were told you were the one who called the Queen's army here in the first place. How can you do that and still claim to be innocent? Yes, I did make a report to Her Majesty. The calamity caused a great deal of damage, so I requested she send some soldiers to help with the restoration efforts, and your responsible lord would have done the same. Unfortunately, it seems there were some bad apples among the Queen's soldiers who thought to treat our more rebellious citizens quite brutally. But once again, your timely intervention prevented any of the citizens from coming to harm. For that I owe you my thanks. So that's what you're going with. The Royal Army's attempt to purge any hidden rebellion had nothing to do with you, Okay, that's fine. At this point, there's no way we can prove it one way or another. But what's your game plan now? Norwich has fallen and your citizens are sick of you. Do you really have time to be hanging out here chatting with us? Don't ridiculous, Leonardo da Vinci. I must say, for such a great mind as yours, that was simply uncalled for. True, Norwich may have fallen, but that is a temporary situation at worst. Since the Child of Prophecy is leading the Round Table army, you must be here for this bell. I very much doubt that you occupied Norwich with the intention of keeping it for yourselves. Well, I suppose you may be considering using it for the Round Table army's base of operations. But as you've just ably proven, Norwich is quite vulnerable to invasion. Of course, if you wanted to end up razed to the ground for treason like Sheffield, far be it from me to stop you. Why, you little... Now, don't bother. No sense in letting this one work you up. And trying to hold him accountable for his crimes would only be even a bigger waste of time. He doesn't believe he's done anything wrong in any case. Oberon, when did you get here? Just now. Luckily, my trick with the restaurant worked like a charm. I'm glad to see you're all wrapped up things nice and neat. I knew you could do it, Percival. But you've done a pretty poor job with the aftermath. If you were going to kill Spriggan, it should have been during the chaos of the battle. Now it's too late. It would be one thing if you wanted to get rid of Norwich, but you'd never do that, would you? Get rid of Norwich. Oh, do you need me to explain it to you, foreign mage? Don't bother, I'll sum it up. Spriggan's demonstrated his neutrality to his citizens, thereby fulfilling his role as their lord. As a result, the fairies of Norwich still recognize him as their leader. So they definitely won't be happy if you kill him now that he's shown he's open to peaceful discussion. And that's not all. While Norwich's artisans may still hate Spriggan, the other residents who use artisan services consider him indispensable. Remember how I said Norwich is on the verge of becoming a human city? Spriggan's policies are essential for fairies who want to maximize their profits above all else. That's what makes him so tricky to deal with. Sure, half of Norwich hates him, but the other half supports him. So you can't just kill him without a very good reason. It makes us public enemies. And not only that, without Spriggan to negotiate with the Queen, she would declare it a rebel stronghold and just take it over herself. And since we can't protect this city, letting that happen would essentially be destroying Norwich. There you have it, to kill the rulers to effectively kill their nation as well. If what you want is to destroy Norwich, then by all means, go ahead and execute me. You're not bluffing, are you? You really do mean that. You don't care about the safety of the Earth Clan, and you have no wish to keep Norwich safe. You also apparently don't care if you live or die. I don't get it. Your actions seem so purposeless, and you're incomprehensible. It's almost as if you're... That's right, human. You're no fairy, Spriggan. You're what they call a changeling. Someone who drifted here from proper human history, aren't you? Had a feeling that was the case. Wasn't sure. Human clan head. That's impossible. There's no way you could keep an act for so long. Fairies distinguish between other fairies and humans by scent, magical energy, and appearance. No one fairy is exactly like any other, so as long as someone could meet the right criteria, they could definitely pass for a human-looking fairy. For scent, they just need to make a cologne that approximates how a fairy smells. Their comparative lack of magical energy they have could be disguised with the mystic code, and that's for their appearance. These fairies are like fairies, but aside from that, humans can have their extremities surgically modified without many negative side effects, so that's no big surprise. What I want to know is how you solve the aging problem. You've been in Norwich's lord for 100 years now, and makeup can only do so much to make you look younger. I'm afraid to ask what you look like under all that. I don't have the slightest idea what you're talking about. However, let's say, just for the sake of argument, that I came from the same world as Lord Soul there. If I did, surely you could imagine something I might want. I have no attachment to Britain, the fairies, or the Queen, nor can I go back to my old home at this point. Indeed, I can never go back to being John Smith the Human, even if I wanted to. No, all I care about is a place you can call home. That's not exactly right, but you're not far off either. Personally, I don't care who sits on the throne, Queen, Child of Prophecy, whoever. It's all the same to me. All I care about is keeping this vault castle safe. My role as the Lord of Norwich is only a means to an end. One of the tricks to survival is serving someone stronger than you. Right now, that means working for the Queen, but depending on what you do next, that could easily change. You see, he's the most annoying kind of person to deal with. He's neither friend nor foe. But never mind him. Norwich never had much in the way of military force. Once we ring the bell, we won't need to come back here again. Spriggan's private soldiers are just that. Private soldiers. I can't imagine they'd ever be a threat to a Round Table army. Right you are. Now do you understand what makes me tick? If you think I'm not worth killing, that's fine with me. Very well then, this jester will go ahead and remove himself to the corner. If you wish to ring the bell pilgrimage, please, be my guest. So I will say that, jester or not, I do have hopes and dreams of my own. I doubt I have much longer to live, so I hope I'll get to see the Child of Prophecy defeat the Queen before my time is up. So he's a human. How did he survive the bleaching of Earth, I wonder? Okay, now that's settled. Let's get to the main event. Are you ready to do this, Artoria? Unless he was on the reverse side at some point. Salisbury, Gloucester, Norwich, and Londinium. Salisbury, the city of wind where humans and fairies coexist. Gloucester, the city of flowers that glitters bright but hollow. Norwich, the city of smiths where all kinds of fairies and humans cooperate, so no one help one another. And Londinium, the city of ruins where everyone smiles and cares for the other despite all the pain and loss they've suffered. 16 years. The time I spent as the Child of Prophecy in Tintangle. Just watch. Okay, I'm gonna ring the bell. Dory, I already know how. Stand back, everyone. Oh, I thought we were gonna get a cutscene. She's channeling her magic. Song of Paradise, voice of the inner sea. You were born to be selected to decide the fate of this land and to see justice done. The bells of the bones of Inception shall show you the way. Forgive us these sins. Forgive us these sins, indeed. I don't know what sins we're talking about, but the bell tolls all across Faerie Britain. It's noon already? Seems a bit early for that. Maybe it's not the usual cathedral bell. Wonder what it is. It sounds weirdly happy and sad at the same time. My chest feels tight. What a nostalgic sound. Is that a bell of pilgrimage, Lady Aurora? Yes, it is. It must be Norwich's bell, meaning the Earthland has accepted her. It looks like your plan worked, Oberon, though I do feel a little bad about Twicking Wood woes. Congratulations, Artoria. Thank you, Soul. Now at long last we can finally take the next steps forward. So Aurora is on our side. This sound feels like it's ringing out across all of Britain. And this frequency, it doesn't sound like joy so much as... now I see, so this is what they mean by pilgrimage. There's the first one. What a relief, it's about time she did something worthy of the Child of Prophecy. I was more than a little worried when she accepted the Queen's invitation to Camelot. But now, the war will finally begin, I can't wait. Can you, Koyan? Her Majesty the Queen versus the Child of Prophecy, the Tamlin versus the Round Table Army. I wonder who's gonna drop out first. I wonder who will have the last laugh. Who would you bet on, Koyan? Oh, maybe you'd put your money on Chaldea, the real dark horse. Chaldea can't possibly win. They're not even a player in this game. But having said that, in your case, betting on Chaldea may not be such a bad idea. Faerie Britain's market value is about to tank after all. So if you know what's coming, maybe you should consider a different possibility. Don't be ridiculous. There's no way I'm getting out of the game after all the trouble I went through to set up the pieces. Yes, just you wait, Koyan. I'm gonna make things right no matter what happens. Lady Marian. Koyan seems a bit concerned there. Gonna see Nox's reaction next. So that's what a Bella pilgrimage sounds like. It doesn't do much for my soul. Well, it's good Norwich is out of the picture. About time she finally got serious. Anyone worthy to be my rival should have no trouble at all ringing a bell or two. And then finally to Camelot. What an ominous sound. Is that one of the bells of pilgrimage? What happened to the soldiers we sent toward Norwich? What is Lord Spriggan saying about all this? This is the Child of Prophecy. She banded allied with the Round Table Army and invaded Norwich. What was Woodrow's doing? How could he let those Round Table Army make a move while he was in Oxford? Dalcott was right. We should have captured and killed her when we had the chance. Order. Order. 30 ambassadors, 100 officials. Close your mouths. High Queen Morgan is about to speak. Heed her words and obey. A Bell pilgrimage has been wrung. Send word to every lord and fairy in the land. The Child of Prophecy is no longer my subject. I name her an enemy of the state. All who offer her aid of any sort shall be branded the same. Faerie Britain abides no enemy. It crushes them without mercy. I command Woodrow's, Lord of Oxford, to begin an attack on Londinium. I shall weigh his success in this battle against his transgression, and preventing this advance on Norwich when determining his punishment. There is no place for the Child of Prophecy in my Faerie Britain. High Queen made a decision that accursed Child of Prophecy is good as dead now. War, there's going to be a war. Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be so much fun. I've been bored out of my mind since these last 100 years. Now I'll get to hear the lower class fairies writhing in agony again. Thank you, Child of Prophecy. Thank you, Round Table Army. Thank you for starting a bloodbath. Oh boy. These fairies. No sooner they see preparations for war, being they scurry off to their homes. 2,000 years and fairies are still just as fickle and bloodthirsty as ever. Portune, awaken. Knight Portune. Yes, High Queen. Guard Knight Portune at your service. It's an honor to have been freed from the chessboard. The 200 years since I last saw you have done nothing to diminish your Majesty's beauty. Never mind the formalities here, drink this. The water will quench your memories of all that has transpired in the last 200 years. Very well then, if I may. Now I understand the Child of Prophecy. I'm sorry my clan head's prophecy has become such a headache for you, High Queen. Speaking of which, where are my fellow Miraclan fairies, who replaced Ainsel as their head? The Miraclan is gone. You are the last of their kind, Portune. I see. What an ironic twist of fate. I parted ways with Ainsel to serve your Majesty as the knight, and thanks to that I'm still alive today. That surely is optimal future you saw. Your choices were the correct one. That is why you are alive today. Now you will once again make use of your prognostication. You will accompany Tamlin Gawain and Tamlin Lancelot as their advisor. And if by some chance worse should come to worse, I trust you know what to do? Yes, High Queen. We guard knights are fully aware of your wishes. You would like the Tamlin to go to Oxford to assist the attack on Londinium, yes? Have you gone soft in the head? Woodrow's needs no help with Londinium. I have another mission for the Tamlin. There is someone else who has been a thorn in my side for far too long. The attack on Londinium is merely a sideshow. Knock. Oh no. One bell down. Hang on. Artoria. Power up! What's going on? Why am I glowing so much? She must be burning up. Water. We need water. Da Vinci, can't you whip up some fast-acting coolant or something? Grown-up me might have been able to, but me? No way. Strengthening. What was that? Sorry for panicking there. The prophecy never said anything about that. That aside... Yeah, I can tell. This is really... Yeah, it really is. Not very, but even I can tell. Why are you all staring at me like that? You're making me nervous. Did I do something wrong? No, you did something very right. Artoria, did you just get strong? Ah, so the bells unlock the true strength within. Makes sense. So, that is section 12. Done. We get a quartz, 2 bells, 2 prisms, and 2 hellfires. And we unlock Fragment 5. But, while I do want to go to Fragment 5, because Britain's clouded over, I think that... Oh, Queen Mab was live a long time ago. Interesting. Excuse me. I think that this is going to be where I call today's stream of FGO. I don't know how long the next section is going to be, and while I did do the other fragments as part of the sections, we ended on a very definitive note just there. So I'm going to start next stream with fragment /5. So for now, I've been Solar Rack Dragon. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more about me, be sure to check out my channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same game. There's plenty of content for you all to enjoy. Once again, thank you so much for coming out. Hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic evening, everybody. And the bell doth